All right, so we're gonna go over how I identified over $10,000 in scalps today. All right. First of all, my scalping style is 40 ticks, 5 contracts. It's $1,000 a scalp, and that's how I like to do it. And I use the first light beacon indicator, which is an indicator I built based on my strategy, and it's going to look like this. And basically what's going on here is I have scalping mode turned on. I have scalping interval time frame is 5 minutes. So we're scalping 5 minute candles. All right. And we are going to do it like this. So this thing looks simple, but it's extremely powerful. There's a lot going on in the back end. There's a lot of formulas. And these candles are blue. Those are buys. These are pink. Those are sells. Gray and yellows. Grays are we're in chop, and yellow is possibly something might be coming up. Pay attention if you start seeing some yellows. But basically what you want to have happen, and this is 9:30, this line here, so we're here at 9:30 a.m. Is you wait for a zone to be created. We take one trade per zone, and we don't take a trade unless price crosses through the zone. Okay, so what I mean by that is this zone is created. So let me show it to you how it works, because you'll see that this actually moves with price. This is a leading indicator. It is not lagging. So we have price moving with it. So zone is created, and we're looking for a crossover that's blue. Okay, so there's gray. We don't want that. We want blue. There we go. So we're going to buy this candle, and we're going to put our stop loss on that zone right there, right on the zone, not any more above it and any more below it. And I know I said I needed 40 ticks, but I need to have at least a 1-to-1 ratio. So we're going to go 58 ticks, and then we're going to see, boom, there, that wins. And that is how you use the scalping mode with this thing right here. And we will go and just identify all of these for you real quick so that you can just see. Now you see how it works. Let's just go ahead and grab them. Okay, so we get a new zone is created. Remember, one trade per zone. So we get a new zone that's created, boom, 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 and then we get a drop through it. Yeah, we'll take shorts if they're something like that. Even though we know we're bullish, but again, we need a 1-to-1. There is your 1-to-1 right there. That's 52 ticks. And I used the gray, so hold on. That's a little bit more than what it would have been. That is 48 ticks. All right, so next one is zone is created. We push up, and then we come down again. So we're going to, remember, we're using the gray zone as our stop loss. And there's 1-to-1 right there, so there's another win. And then we get a zone created, comes down, and then we get a cross up. So we buy right here, and we use the zone. Oops. We use the zone as our stop loss right there. And we need at least a 1-to-1. So we're getting 67 ticks. Does it win? Yeah, it wins. Okay. One right there. There we go. And then we get a new zone, which goes up, it crosses under, crosses back up again. And now we're going to use the gray zone as our stop loss. And we have to go to 1-to-1. So there's 44 ticks. All right. And then we get a new zone created. It pushes up. It goes under. Ooh. I mean, it meets the rules to take it, but yeah, I don't know, because I mean, if you know anything about market structure, you know that this right here was a sweep of this low. So that's what this push down was for, was to grab liquidity under here and push up. I personally would not take this. Now, I don't know your experience, you may or may not, but I wouldn't take it, and I'm not going to take it. Now this one right here comes down, zones created, and it pushes straight up. All right, so this is one of my signature trades on an actual intraday hold it throughout the whole day trade, and this is how the entry goes, and I'll show that to you in a minute. So I would take this trade right here, and the reason why is it is sweeping liquidity over here. All of this zone right here is being swept from this candle, all of these lows to right, all of these lows up in here. So I'm going to assume that price is going to go bullish after that. And when we break the zone, I'm going to buy the blue. Okay. But I'm not going to put my stop loss 91 ticks down here. I'm just going to go to the candle and I'm just going to do my 40 ticks on something like that. That's how I would treat that. And I did treat that way. I did take that trade. So anyway, so here we go, a blue, and we start high and we wick down. So I don't know if you want to count that as a cross. I would, especially since we're starting blue. It's giving me, more confluence that we're still pushing up. So I would buy the cross on something like that right there. And then we're going to go to 40 ticks because we're 29 stop loss. We're just going to do our standard 40 ticks. Okay, so we get another one. Goes blue, comes down, and then crosses up right there. So we want to buy that, and we're going to go gray, right? Stop loss gray right there, and then we're going to go 40 ticks. And that is another winner right there. And then we get another one right here, and it goes up. We never get our cross, so we never get into the trade. We are now going short because we know that, but we wouldn't know that to begin with. But since this broke out to the top side and immediately came down and went purple, that's the cross. So I'm going to short this, and I'm going to go straight to the gray right there, and I'm going to go my 40 ticks right there. And I do 40 ticks for a reason, because most for NASDAQ liquidity grabs, a lot of them 40 ticks is will just be what it'll go and it'll win without turning back around. So I just like 40 ticks. So anyways, here we get a new creation, comes straight down. That's not an entry. Here we get a new creation of a zone. It goes straight down and then it comes right back up, but then we're going right into a new creation 15 seconds later. I'm not taking a signal 15 seconds before the 5 minute starts a whole new zone. So, and then this comes down and it doesn't ever go up, so we don't take it. This one goes up and then down. And so we would take this one right here. And this one more than likely gets stopped out. So now we have our first loser. And then we get another one right here, comes down, then it crosses up, and we take the blue candle there, and we put the gray there, and we have to go 1-to-1 at least, so 45 ticks, and there's a winner. And then this one opens and then crosses down and then pushes up. And like I said earlier, I would take these because it's going blue, it's giving me extra confluence, and my stop loss is 18 ticks. So we would go for the 40, and obviously this one loses. So now we have two losers. And then we get a new creation right here, down, back up. So we take this right here and we go up, and there is 40 ticks right there. So basically, I want to show you guys another way to use this, but that's how I use it to scalp. That's what it was designed for, to scalp, just like that. It's extremely accurate. If you look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 trades, two losses, 11 wins. That's all way over $11,000 right there. The way I use 5 contracts. Okay, so our next way of doing things is we're going to put this on to 45-minute time right here, like that. And then it's going to generate new zones every 45 minutes. And basically, I look for pullbacks. Okay, so this is the 944 right here. So this zone was created. It comes down, it crosses up. You can get into this and you target the high, right? So this one right here, a new zone is created and it immediately breaks out. After all this liquidity was already taken over here, I would probably take this. And you would go to the high, and eventually it does win. This one right here, again, you could take it because it immediately breaks out because this is the liquidity that is stolen, and this goes to the high. So if you've ever watched me trade live on YouTube, you've seen me take this trade before. You didn't even know that's what I was doing, but this is what I was doing. I was literally waiting for the zone to be created, break out to the top side of it, turn blue, and I buy, and I go like this, bam. Okay, and you'll catch 1,000+ tick moves doing that. Watch this right here. See, liquidity stolen. This, you get a zone is taken and it goes blue. Look at that, all the way up to there. And it gets you in at the bottom. There's 503 ticks. Here's another one right here. Liquidity is taken, breaks over the zone with blue, and it goes all the way up to the high. And how many ticks is that? So you can go boom. That's 1,100 ticks, and it wins. So, and I take those trades, and you can too. And this is how I use the First Light Beacon indicator. You can get it at breakouthunter.com, and that's that.